So Grandpa over here is in timeout because I am waiting on some parts to replace some that I destroyed in trying to get it up and running. So in the meantime, I figured I'd put the VTR up on the stand, and I happen to have a peg for my pit bull front stand that fit the front of this bike, which is cool. And I don't know, man, it's like every time I take a closer look at this bike, I find stuff. Like, I'm pretty convinced this was someone's I guess track day setup or racing. So we got, wiring, the sort of wiring that that normies don't do, and let's see. Oh yeah, so the there's no speedo. It was unceremoniously just clipped here, and oh yeah, of course we got the old trick to figure out your sag settings and all that. And I'm pretty sure this has been dropped. It's about 16 millimeters down from being at the top. Maybe that's how it comes stock, I'm not sure, but it seems like this bike has had a wild and storied history. Might have to get a Carfax and see exactly what has gone on with it officially. But looking at the brakes, it's kind of weird. It's so we got these covers here. On this side it's metal. On the other side it's a lot shinier because it's plastic over here. Same basic color though, but these are just like projections off the wheel spacer that are sort of indexed by this little tab on the forks on each side. A little bigger on this side, I think, because this is where the brakes are at, but it's the same thing. The thing holding the brakes steady, like there's not a, I'm really good at camera work, there's not a connection between the caliper and the fork leg like there usually is. The caliper is on this sort of metal projection of the wheel spacer, or what we'd normally call the wheel spacer, but in this case is the inboard braking system. And it's held in place by this little tab here, which is kind of weird. I kind of just want to pull this front wheel off and see how screwed up the disc is. It doesn't spin all that free, which is great. I don't know, hopefully it's not warped. It doesn't feel warped, just it's not spinning like it should. Maybe something's out of alignment. This bike, I think, spent quite a bit of time outside. Those are two of the fun discoveries made today. We'll see how it goes from here out. So we got the wheel unskewered, but this pie pan don't want to come off the thing. Or inboard braking system doesn't want to come off the wheel. And it's okay, this caliper is holding, so there's a disc in here, and this caliper is holding it like this. Not like a normal bike from this angle, but like this. So I know these are the bolts for the caliper. So there's no way, sorry, these are the bolts for the disc. There's no way the caliper is coming off this wheel without, with this big pie plate here attached to it and everything, without the disc coming off, which is held in by these bolts and this ring piece here. This part, which is separate from the rest of the wheel and is like a hold down piece for the rotor. So okay, that's the theory. This is weird, man. I don't know. This is kind of strange how they got this set up. Okay, the accursed wheel is off, and Yeah, it says I thought you have to remove the whole disc to get the caliper off. The disc being held in by 3 Allen head bolts. Still a lot of critters living in here since this thing did a stint of sitting outside, I believe. Looks like our pistons are not too bad. I mean, I'm definitely going to give it a thorough cleaning and all that, but you know, it could be worse, I believe. And yeah, okay, here's the plastic other side, and I don't know, I think it looks kind of cool without it personally, but I need the spacer, so I will probably keep the pie pan there. And yeah, so here's the ring piece, and that is what our brake disc looks like, which is kind of weird. It has the what do they call it, a vented rotor or something. This is the, looks like the type you find in a car, and it is iron, I believe. And it looks like I'm getting a new one. I mean, they're pretty cheap online for ones that are way cleaner than this, so yeah, I'll probably just get a new one. But I'll give this a cleaning in the meantime, to hold me over till that happens. The brake pads are not looking too bad. I mean, look like they haven't been used that much. I don't know what JBCHFF is. I don't know. These, for all I know, these could be Amazon jobbies here. Not sure, but barely used. I don't know. This current braking equipment setup is great for moving the bike around in my garage. It's very futuristic. It's all very futuristic. That's where we're at. I got my rotor over here in my bucket of evaporust, which you can tell that's what it is because it says so on the lid. And I guess I'm gonna just put the axle through this wheel, put it back on the bike, and just try to remember not to squeeze the brake lever up here and pop the pistons out and make a huge fucking mess. In the meantime, though, I was looking at the axle and where it was drilled and all that, and it looks like somebody left a little bit of drill bit in there. So we got a ancient artifact. I'm gonna try to bang that out of there. But yeah, I don't know. I think the plan here is going to be to just try to run this ridiculous brake system. Because by God, if old man Honda decided that's how we do brakes in 1988, that's how we're going to do it. If it's if it's completely crappy and doesn't work well, I'll switch front ends on this to something else. But yeah, in the meantime, I will try and see what is up with this, because the dream of the 90s is alive in Portland, as they say.